Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Should companies vet their talent, their voice actors, their actors, their screenwriters, whatever they hire, should they vet them more rigorously? I would say yes, it's your responsibility as a company to vet your employees. It doesn't matter what you're doing. But there's a couple of issues that I want to talk about here, and some of them might not be what you think. Let me tell you this. I believe in freedom of speech. I really do. Right? For me, it's one of our most important, if not the most important, right? And the backlash here really is against the actress and what her political points of view are. Now, I may not like them, but she has every right to say them. And she has every right to work. You know, whether you think they're right or wrong, we should debate those point of views. But everything's gotten so polarized, you can't even do that. And it doesn't matter where you go, you have to, from what I see, you have to fall out or fall in to either side. You're either extreme right or extreme left. If you're somewhere in the middle, you just don't even open your mouth. Because they'll assume that you agree with the other side immediately, right? Immediately. Now, you know, it used to be, when I was growing up, when Gen Xers were growing up, we separated the artist from the art. We would go see these movies made by people that politically we probably didn't agree with, but we didn't know that much about them because there was no internet. You might read an article here or there, but in reality, we weren't that connected. And the first reason is, it's none of our business. I don't care how you vote. I care that you do vote. I do care that everybody goes out there and nobody's, you know, marginalized from voting, and everybody's that is supposed to vote votes, right? I don't want rigged elections or anything like that, or, you know, whatever people say out there. I think everybody should vote, but I don't want to tell you how to vote. I don't want to tell you how to think, right? I'm a libertarian at heart. If we disagree on something, I want to discuss it. But here, when it comes to this, the controversy is the actress and her political points of view. Now, she's an actress first. I've seen some actresses and actors do some really good work that I don't agree with. I don't agree with Alec Baldwin, for example, or I don't agree with Robert De Niro, or I don't agree with you know, every single point that Bruce Springsteen makes, right? I do agree with some of their views, but not all their views. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to enjoy their work. That doesn't mean that I'm going to say that they did a bad job in the movie. And let me tell you, her sexuality is none of my business. Or if it's a he, she, they, them, I don't care. I do not care. I'm here to play a game. I'm excited for the sequel to Ghost. That's what I want to see. I don't know that the game has injected DEI into it because I haven't played it. I can only judge it after I play it. There's many actors that do roles that, you know, they play somebody else. That's why they're actors, right? They could be very liberal and play a very conservative character, or the opposite. They can be very conservative and play a liberal character. But we live in an era of censorship, and I'm afraid that the people fighting against censorship are for censorship now. I can't fall in line with that. I'm an individual free thinker. So should you. You shouldn't believe what I believe. You should go out there and look at the facts, inform yourself, right? Take this as entertainment and just do your own work. You know, if whatever a person thinks, you know, politically really matters to you when looking at their work, well, whatever. But that shouldn't preclude them or harm them in trying to get a job. Now, when you say stupid shit, extremely stupid shit, you get public backlash. That's just the name of the game. But with this game, I mean, is it even going to come out now? Because Sony's spooked. After losing all this money, they're spooked. And let me tell you, the responsibility here to vet your employees is of the company. It doesn't matter what company it is, right? It doesn't matter what company it is. you have to vet your own employees. And there's certain things, there's certain restrictions, doesn't matter who you work for, there's certain things you can't do, right? And if you know that you have somebody controversial, if you know that somebody's always on Twitter or, on social media saying all kinds of controversial things, when your job is to sell to a universal market, maybe you should vet your employees. You have to put this, given today's environment, given what they've experienced, you have to put this on all these AAA game studio companies, on Xbox, on Sony, or whoever the heck it is, right? Because you have people on one side that are looking for every controversy to make content about it. And when you say really stupid shit, it makes it really easy. And the same on the other side. They're always looking for the, for the worst things, because that's what produces engagement. Is it what they call a grift? Whatever you want to call it, you're looking for views. Nobody makes videos, except for a couple of us, based on what we think. And now my opinion is not going to be popular. Saying that I defend this person's right to say whatever they want to say is not the popular thing to say today, even though it's in our Constitution. That's why it's the best country in the world, right? That's why it's the First Amendment. The first. Freedom of speech, right? She has a right to have those points of view, and we should be able to debate them without censorship. People shouldn't be censored. They should say all the stupid shit that they want, right? I might agree with her on some points. Anybody's personal life shouldn't be anybody else's business. Whatever they want to do in the privacy of their own room, whether they want to do it for, kicks and jiggles, or if they want to do it for money, as long as it's two consenting adults, nobody should give a shit, right? I'm more liberal in that way, right? I'm more liberal when it comes to, certain drugs. If there's recreational drugs out there that people are doing to take off the stress of their life, I don't think they should be put in jail for that. I'm not talking about hard drugs, not the ones that are going to kill you immediately, right? I'm sure Big Pharma would come up with some sort of solution so you could become addicted to this crap over time, because that's how they make money, right? They're the biggest drug dealers on the planet. But I don't think people should be going to jail for that. That might be controversial to some of you out there, right? I'm more liberal on that side. I'm more conservative on another side. I don't want to be taxed to frickin' death, right? I don't want to be taxed to death so people can enjoy my money that I earned on different stuff, especially people that are doing things that are wrong, or what have you. All these stupid programs. If we got to pick, we would send money to the people suffering in North Carolina, for example, and not people waging wars overseas. I would spend more money on education. I would do other things, right? So we all have these different points of view that we should be able to talk about without fighting or being canceled. And if you say that you're anti-DEI, because DEI, by its nature, right? By its nature, it's censorship. What do I mean? Because you're looking for equality of outcome, right? You're not looking for equal opportunity. You're looking for everybody to get the same. Well, there's lazy people out there, right? There's people who constantly live in unemployment. That's why our taxes are so high. They don't want to fucking work, right? You work with people out there, in everyday life. You know who's lazy at your job. If you improve the whole department because of your talent, should everybody get your money? Right? Should everybody get the bonus that you earned on your own? Because everybody just shows up to clock in, and you're the one staying overtime. You're the one doing the extra work. Maybe you're on salary and you put the extra effort. Should that bonus go to everybody if you're the only one working your ass off? No, I don't believe so. Right? But it is what it is. These companies are promoting all these things, but they're doing a bad job of marketing, and they're doing a bad job at vetting their employees. And their focus should be on the core elements of the game. That's where it should be, but they're spending money in stupid places and not spending money in important places. They're not spending money in vetting their people, right? Because now you have an audience that's out there looking for everybody working in the game, going through everybody's tweets, right? And it's an audience that's looking for this kind of content, because whether you want to call them grifters or not, who the hell's watching this stuff, right? If you want to say whether it's on the left or the right, people making these videos, people making these tweets, well, who's watching them? It's the public, right? That's why they're able to make money, right? These type of videos, right? If I'm telling you we should talk about things and companies should negotiate, and I'm talking the business side of it, nobody wants to hear this shit. I know this video is not going to get a lot of views, right? Because people don't want to have intelligent conversations about this shit. What they want to do is, yell across from each other and call each other, assholes or bitches or whatever, whatever it is. You just want to argue and you just want to get your your rocks off by yelling at people, and people like to stand back and watch that car accident, right? That's what people find enjoyable. And that's the medium these companies haven't figured out, that they're navigating every time they put out a game with any type of controversy. You shouldn't do that. You should make a universal game. Probably the last game that I've seen, right, that I can remember off the top of my head, it was just out there, that didn't cause a lot of noise and people just started playing it, enjoying it, was Apex Legends. Remember how that just dropped? Nobody knew. People just started playing it. That's, I think, the way it should be. So you just start playing the game and judge it based on that, and people can go look all the other crap afterwards. If you're trying to sell the game, because if you're trying to sell games, you need to have a universal approach. You have to have a big tent approach to your video game, to your video game making. The games are supposed to be for everybody to have fun. Now, if you want to make a statement, if you want to make art, if you want a game to send a message, well, you already know that game is not going to make any money. Make it under an indie studio. Don't put hundreds of millions of dollars. I think companies have learned that now. But I'm sure there's still a few projects out there that have already been funded that are too late to, cancel now. But what can you see? What's the difference between games that are successful and not successful? Number one is communication. If you look at the games that have been successful in 2024, they're mostly made by smaller teams that have one direction, that have one goal. When you look at the games that have failed, they're larger studios, AAA, and they have huge teams of people where everybody, in every department has that one narcissist, right? It's all about them. And that's a different video, let me tell you. Probably should make it tomorrow. And you get to all these problems, right? You have studios that are openly attacking their customers, saying, you're not buying my product because you're an idiot. What a mentality, right? But in this case right now, let me tell you, I may not agree with this woman politically, or he, she, whatever she is. I don't know. I don't care. It's none of my business. What I care about is whether this game is going to be good or not. I don't even know if it's a sequel. It could be a side story, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a sequel. People are calling it a sequel. I don't know that that's the case. It could be a spin-off, but I don't know that, and I'm probably not even get to know it now, because Sony is spooked to shit because they've already lost all this money. They don't want to lose anymore. And when it comes to censorship, it's wrong. I don't care who does it. If the left does it, it's wrong, and if the right does it, it's wrong. If you're trying to cancel this game because of this woman's political beliefs without actually playing the game, then you're doing the same thing that you accuse other people of doing. It's different. If the game's already produced and it's a woke, quote unquote, woke game, and they're saying all this stupid communist shit on it, go ahead and shit on it. I'll shit on it too. But I'm not going to prejudge something that I haven't played, listened to, or even read. Censorship is wrong, and if you're doing it, you're also part of the problem. All right, humans, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.